So despite losing our opening game of the season, we've started off really well this year. Plenty of goals being scored, quite a bit conceded as well, but we don't need to focus on that. Today we're going to first focus on some FA Cup action. Welcome back to Buxton 2.0. Yes, welcome on back to some Buxton 2.0. We're in our sixth season now. Obviously, last Friday we started the season off. Saturday you had the 5-year update. And today we're going to be playing, the FA Cup game and potentially a league game as well. So Friday we lost Boston United thanks to 3 penalty decisions and beat Eastleigh 2-1. We had the carbon copy beating X 2-1, both Dixon and Turner Cook also scoring in this one after Humphreys put them ahead. Before 3 draws in a row, 0-0 with Maidenhead, 3-3 with Oldham, Turner Cook, Dixon and Bell scoring for us in this one. Bell getting an equaliser. We were 2-0 up. We were 2-1 up, then 2-2, then they went 3-2 up. We equalised late on. And we also equalised in the game against Barrow in a 1-1 draw where Sam Bell scored. Lucas Stevenson missed a penalty in this one. Joe Grayson scored a penalty for them before a 4-3 defeat to Solihull Moors. Apaya, Turner Cook and Charlie Grace going for us. 2 from Andrew Dallas, 1 from Jordan and 1 from Marcus Price, enough to give Solihull Moors the victory. Before we went 5 in a row winning, we beat Leighton Orient 3-1, Gray, Bell and Dixon scoring. Matthew McCormack sent off for them, Gamma scoring a penalty for them. 2-0 over Boreham Wood, Apaya and Turner Cook scoring in this one, and Turner Cook scored the only goal in a 1-0 victory over York. And then so far this month we've had plenty of goals in games. We beat FC United of Manchester 3-2, 2 from Sam Bell and a Paul Apaya winner in the 78th minute. They went ahead twice. Harry Smith, of course, a former player of ours, scoring against us. And then we beat Havant Waterlooville 4-3. Jordan McCoy, Dylan Scalunia, Jay Turner Cook and Sam Bell all scoring for us. Tom Davies getting 2 and Vulcan Adyen scoring once for Havant Waterlooville. And the last time out we drew 3-3 with Hartlepool, 2 from Sam Bell, 1 from Toby Collier in this game. Jordan Davison getting 2 goals, including a 94th minute equaliser. Victor Akinwale scoring a goal as well. So National League wise, we're currently in 3rd place, just a point off the top. You can see there's quite a lot of draws that have happened so far this season, so it's going to be a very open season if it carries on like that. We will all play Doncaster, hopefully in the second game of the episode. They're down in 16th place. But first of all, we're focusing on Whitby in the FA Cup for qualifying round. I apparently have emails that I didn't read, and I've actually just realised I come back 3 days before the game, so yeah, we'll come back in a second. So now we're actually on game day. I don't know how I've managed to do that, but yeah, we've gone forward to game day, and we're going with our typical rotation in the FA Cup that we do every year, and it never works out. But this year could be the year. We've got Doherty in goal, Mallon, Collier, Simpson, Poussey and Monroe as the back 4. McConnell, Scalunia, Alcock and Norris in midfield with Stewart and Azabi up top. And a very strong bench of Bell, Scott, Blazic, Gray, McCoy, Need and Stevenson. Blazic is just coming back from his damaged kneecap that he picked up in the last episode. So this would be his first game back if he comes on. We would like to try and introduce him at some point. To help him build back up that match fitness. That's the reason why Scaluni has kept his place in the team, because as soon as Blazic is back fully fit, he's going back into the team. As good as Scaluni has been, Blazic is just a different sort of player. I'm going to tell them that we are favourites and I expect us to play like it. Hasn't really done much. We've got a lot of complacent players in there as well. You can see how patchy the form of Whitby is. They're 2 wins, 3 defeats in their last 5. And you can see there we are unbeaten in our last 5 with 4 wins and a draw. And a lot of these players in this team were starting for us last season, even at the start of this season. So this should be a team good enough to go out and beat Buxton. We're not going to beat ourselves. We probably will beat ourselves to beat Whitby even. We are the away team, so Whitby will have the crowd behind them. And not much going off in these opening 20 minutes. Pennington with the free kick for Whitby. It's a bit of a clash of colours here as Richard Robertson's head goes over the bar. There is enough difference in the shade of blue, but if there was ever a game for us to be playing in our pink kit, this would be the one. So, first highlight so far goes to them. We're still on cautious. I probably should have changed that pre-game. Collier with a corner, headed clear. Stewart keeps it alive. Goes back to Mallon. Well, let's go to positive. Mallon back towards Stewart, who flicks the header on an easy save there by Richardson. And let's demand more from these players. There's a lot of complacency in this team, so we need to remind them that, you know, they need to be on top of their game. Scaloni turns out, finds McConnell on that right wing. He goes back to Mallon. Cross comes in towards his AB, just wide of the post. And I apologise if it's coming across in the video as well, but I'm not very well at the moment, so you can probably hear my voice is a bit raspy. I've got a sore throat, so hopefully we can power on. It won't impact the video too much as we go in at half time at 0-0, and I'm going to tell them I'm far from pleased with that. We're not going to make any changes though at the moment. We are going to send them straight back out again with them words ringing in their ears, and we'll go to the 60th minute. We have a free kick here, well, about 20 odd yards from goal. It's McConnell. We know he can hit them, but not this time. Not on target. Just a one shot on target from us in 6 games. 6 shots, sorry. Which has been an issue of ours all season, really. Bunny. Mallon wins the tackle, but Bunny will keep it alive. Cross comes in towards Gardner, and that is a wonderful ball. And instead of waiting to 60 minutes, the changes are going to come now. Sam Bell is coming on for Zabi. Scott is coming on for Simpson Puse, and Blazic on for Scaloni. So, yeah, we are 1-0 down to Whitby, who I believe are in the division below us. And it was a cracking ball. It really was a wonderful ball. But central marking, the two centre-backs are a bit too close together. And he doesn't follow his man. It's a simple goal, really. And we're going to berate them. And we're going to go very attacking. We have been the better team, really, from what we've seen. In my opinion, at least. Norris with the ball. Looking to find Munro. Back to Scott. Blazic in midfield. We'll see what he can do. Finds a great ball over the top for Bell. 2 substitutes. Pulls it across for Stewart. And Leighton Stewart has an equaliser just 4 minutes after we go behind. It was a wonderful ball from Blazic, and that is why he is going to be back into his team as soon as he's fully fit. Sam Bell made a wonderful run, and so unselfishly squares it for Stewart. I thought he was going to hit it. Instead, he pulls it across, and Stewart on his toes tucks home. Here's 1-1. Back on level peggings. And it shows what, you know, a couple of changes can do. 2 shots on target each. 1 goal each. 20 minutes to go. Let's encourage here. Let's go and try and find a winner. We don't really want another replay. Goal kick short to Scott. Out for Munro. Whitby in a decent shape here. Can't find Bell in the channel. Forced back to the goalkeeper. He looks downfield. We won't win that header. Purcell back to Pennington. Out for Bennett. We're a bit too narrow for my liking here. Scott brings it down. He looks towards Stewart, who isn't going to get there. But Blazic, time and out to McConnell. He looks over the top for Bell. If Bell's onside, it's a wonderful run. The ball is in the back of the net. The flag has stayed down, and we are 2-1 up here against Whitby. We'll go back to balance. Blazic this time had the space, but played it short to McConnell. He takes a touch and just knocks one over the top for Sam Bell. 1 touch and into the bottom corner. Doesn't square it this time. Gets his goal. Sam Bell is in wonderful vein of form so far this season. Let's see how tight it was. It was very tight. I think he actually is offside looking at that. You can ignore the lines on some of them because they're not always 100% accurate. But with 10 minutes to go, we have the lead 2-1. Will we be into the first round of the FA Cup for the first time in many seasons. Collier, Shorts and Mallon, we have one highlight with 90 seconds of the game left plus stoppage time. Pennington picks it up, dispossessed. Bell to Alcock. Norris has got loads of space. Norris brings it forward. Norris might shoot here. That will see us into the first round of the FA Cup, into the proper stages of the FA Cup. And for once, we're not going to have that board interaction after asking us to explain why we've disappointed them. Poor goalkeeping from Richardson. He should never be beaten there. But Norris cracking a little finish from him. And 90 seconds left of the game now. There's a free kick. Alcock out to Norris. He looks over the top towards Stewart. Takes it on his chest. Leighton Stewart makes it 4. And we are now running right. It was a slow start. It needed that goal that we went behind. It really did wake us up. And we've turned on the style in this last half an hour. Norris, it was a superb ball from him. Defender seems to lose the track. Stewart on his chest and then hits the volley. Past the keeper. Cracking goal. Once again, it's 4-1 to Buxton. And if there's any doubt, it's gone. We are into the FA Cup first round. We're going to praise them for that. And it's nice. It is nice to be into the next round of the FA Cup. We're so used to losing at this stage, and I think that does help show the quality of depth that we've got in the squad. Like I said at the start of the game, a lot of these players were playing for us last season or even started this year. They are very, very good players, but it is so good to see, you know, what we can do. 10k into the budget. Thanks to that, we're going to praise Leighton Stewart. And let's just progress a couple of days. We'll go and find out when the first round draw is, which I think is tomorrow. The board are delighted with that. We are definitely pursuing our long-term aims here. And I don't really know who I want in this first round. Do we want to have a smaller team and try and go on a run, or do we want to have one of the bigger teams, get some money in? Club finances are not in the best state. See, we're nearly 250 grand in the red. One thing, by the way, that I didn't mention previously while we're on here was last season, Paddy Lacey, our assistant manager, went to become manager at Scarborough Athletic. Fair play to him. He's been linked quite a lot with managerial jobs. So yeah, he's gone out there now to be their manager. So we brought in Danny Bragoli as our assistant manager. He's played for a lot of teams at non-league level. As a bit of a journeyman. This is his first job in management. I think he's a decent assistant manager. So just, yeah, thought I'd let you know there who we have as staff members. And I think the draw should be today. We won't go through it all in depth, Sabi. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I know he's played a couple of times for us in the cup, whatever, but I'd be fine if he leaves. We're not going to offer him a new contract. We'll see if he accepts it or not. I don't think he has the ability to grow enough with where I want this club to be. So if he accepts that contract, you know, fair play to him. There we go, the FA Cup first round draw. Let's start the draw. We're not going to go into the automatic. You can see there's 80 teams left to draw. There's a lot of people in there. But, you know, you've got the likes of Salford, Bradford City in there, Chesterfield, MK Dons, Sheffield Wednesday. Big teams, Portsmouth, Lincoln, Peterborough, Birmingham, Notts County. You know, there's so many big teams in League One and League Two that we could come up against. And I don't know if this works. Let's see. It doesn't. Okay. Have we actually? We have been drawn. Fair enough. So we've missed that. We're away at Eastbourne Borough. Eastbourne Borough, which are in the league below us, doing decently in the league below us. I think that's winnable. I do think that's a winnable game. I want to bring Doncaster, but I also want to bring you that. I might go and play Doncaster, Gateshead and Rochdale off camera, and we're doing FA Cup double this game. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to play these 3 games offline, and we'll come back for the FA Cup first round game. Games off camera wasn't fantastic at all. We haven't won any of the games. We lost 1-0 to Doncaster. Henry Timmy Davies in the 91st minute scoring a winner for them. 0-0 draw with Gateshead, as uneventful as it sounds, and then a 2-2 draw with Rochdale, where we were 2-1 down. We had 3 goals in 3 minutes. Jack Wells-Morrison put them ahead, another penalty conceded. Jordan McCoy equalised. A minute later, Candy put them 2-1 up, and a minute later, Dixon equalised. It ended up 2-2. So we've gone from, being point off top to now being out of the playoffs on goal difference, but it's so tight, this league. You can see there's what's that, 5 teams on 27 points, another one on 28, another one on 29, 2 on 33. It's so tight at these early stages. So if we can get this bad form out of the way early on, go on a decent winning streak, we're well in for a chance of going up this season. But we're going for FA Cup action away against Eastbourne Borough. We've got Doherty in goal, Malin, Collier, Simpson Poussey and Monroe. McConnell, Scaloni, Alcock and Norris, Stewart and Turner Cook. So a rotated team. Asabi did leave the club, so that's where Turner Cook comes in. And yeah, like I say, it's a rotated team. We like to do this in the cup competitions, even at this stage. We'll go along with that. We will try and take pressure off all the players. It hasn't really gone as well as I hoped. Eastbourne Borough play with a 4-4-2 as well. You can see their team there. A couple of new gens in their team. And obviously us in our 4-4-2, you can see our last 5 games have changed massively from that first game of the episode where we were 4 wins and a draw. We now only have 1 win in our last 5, which was the 4th qualifying round of this competition. Eastbourne still doing well in the division below us. There is about 24 places between us, 24 teams in this league in there. So they are a good team, but again, I'm hoping this rotated team, our cup team, can be good enough. And it's Lee here, pulls it back to Jana, and we are 1-0 down after 7 minutes. And the cautious approach hasn't seemed to be working recently. Let's go back to balanced. And it was just simple, really. I had no idea where our defenders are going. He just holds it up, and nobody's tracking Jana, and it is 1-0 to Eastbourne. I'm going to demand more very early on here. Try and get the team to wake up like we saw in that first leg. Charles Cook cross comes in towards Tanu, beats Malin in the air, but only into the hands of Doherty, who takes his time. We get back into our shape here. Rolls it out to Collier. Malin now gives it away once again, and we may have to take Malin off early on if he's playing like this. Tanner makes it 2. And Malin is getting hooked very early on here for Stevenson. He's been at fault for both goals, really. And we can't allow it to continue. 2-0 down. Some lovely one-touch football there to get Tanner in. It's a good finish as well. But we are going to berate the team here. We're going to have to go very attacking. We're 2-0 down inside 12 minutes of this game. And Jana is in once again. And it's free. And Colin McLaughlin has scored. And we have just completely fallen apart here. And yeah, it looks like our FA Cup run is over. 13 minutes into this game. It's going to take an almighty comeback to get us back into this one. Monroe can't quite get there to get the interception. He should have been ahead of his man anyway, but yeah, very, very disappointing so far. Simpson Poussey here over the top for Turner Cook to chase. There's a man square. He does find Stewart. Can we pull one back? Stewart's missed. And that sums it up. It really does sum it up. Leahy lets cross comes in. Monroe clears. Here is Stewart, who should have pulled a goal back moments ago. Back to the goalkeeper. Collier. Out for Stevenson. He's dispossessed but keeps hold of the ball. Collier now. Scaloni. He tries to spray one forward. Alcock will get there to Stewart. In for Turner Cook. Can he pull one back? Yes, he can. It is 3-1. 4 goals inside 20 minutes of this game. Anyone that's paid for a ticket is certainly getting their money's worth. And it wasn't the best clearing header. That ball from Stewart, though, is superb. Splits the 2 defenders and Turner Cook scores. Shows Stewart what he should have done a few minutes ago. And it was apparently tight offside. Okay, yes, it was tight. Fair enough. I thought he was much more onside than that, but there we go. That is our first shot on target of the game as well, and a second shot on target of the game. And let's just demand more. Let's keep going. Collier, if we could get another one here, you know what? We might actually be in with a chance. Monroe to Alcock. Here's Monroe once again. Scaloni has a man tracking him. Gets past him. Norris now. Back to Monroe. Into this channel for Turner Cook to chase. Turner Cook pulls it across and Stewart scores this time. It is 3-2. And it was still not even half an hour on the clock. We've had 5 goals in this game. Probably should have had 6 for Stewart. But he does make amends this time. It's a lovely ball into the channel for Turner Cook. Outmuscles his man. Pulls it across and Stewart cannot miss that time. Tucks it in. 3-2. This one could be a long, long episode. We have a highlight straight from the kickoff as well. Ball played forward. Collier brings it down. Simpson to Alcock. Monroe into the opposition half and still going. Goes back to Simpson now. We're just giving up saying his surname in full because I can never pronounce his second part without it sounding very, very rude. McConnell's header doesn't find anyone. Collier wins that ball though. Scaloni again sprays one forward, but Norris isn't going to get there. Clearance. Simpson wins that header. Scaloni once again over the top. Stewart is offside there. He's hit the post, gets the rebound, tapped it in, but the flag has gone up. He was offside. And let's give them some encouragement now. We fought back to just a goal behind. Can we go on and find that equaliser? Still in the first half as well, so we've got plenty of time to do it. And I'm going to tell them there's still more to come from that. Defensively, I'm going to tell them I'm not happy with that. Midfielders, you can still improve. Strikers, keep going. Do we make any changes here? McConnell on a booking. I'm going to take him off for Dixon. I'm going to take Monroe off for... Let's bring on Salmon. Give him 45 minutes, his first minutes of the season. Perhaps a risk being a goal down, but we trust our players here. Let into Aslani. He plays on over top. Tanner can pull this across once again. And just like we started the first half, we started the second half by just completely falling apart defensively. It was so simple. Tanner just runs past his own man, and as soon as he's into that area, gets his head up, pulls it across from McLaughlin, and it is 4-2. I'm going to berate them once again here. That does seem to fire them up a little bit. A couple of players haven't reacted that way this time. They're all pressured at the back. Half an hour to go. And we can make 5 subs apparently here. So let's go and change some more then, shall we? Norris can come off of McCoy, and we're going to bring on... I'm going to take a risk here. We're going to play one central midfielder. And we're going to bring on Bell up top as well to be a poacher. So we're going 3 up top. And just a man more. Drop some of the free kicks straight into the arms of Doherty. In fact, to the feet of him. Place it short to Salmon. 20 minutes to find 2 goals to force a replay. Ball downfield to nobody. And this is where the space is going to be with only having one midfielder. Scaloni does well though. He now brings it forward. Can play one out to this near side. In fact, he goes to Stewart. Can he play a ball centrally? Leighton Stewart to Bell. It's a good save from the goalkeeper. Tight angle for Bell from that header, but it's a good save. Corner ball. Header clear. Nobody on the edge of the area. And Tanner could have brought it forward then, but instead the highlight ends and we have 10 minutes to find 2 goals. It does look like it's going to be too much. We were 3-0 down after, 15 minutes. We gave ourselves too much to do. Stewart, though, is in here. Can he square his confident chip instead? And Leighton Stewart should have had a hat-trick in this game easily. If he'd have played the sensible ball then and squared it as well, we'd have had a goal back. But that is going to be the end of our FA Cup journey this year. And defensively, we were far too poor, and we are going to let Malin know that his time on the pitch and his mistake was not good enough. He's been moaning that he wants first team football. With an opening 10 minutes like that, you're not going to be anywhere near this team. So, yeah, that is the end of our FA Cup run. Malin feels like I was too harsh as well. No concerns. Start questioning. Start treating with respect. Not gone well. Brilliant. We're getting to that stage again where we're getting a lot of players that are coming unhappy. You can see there. A lot of people wanting to start more games. We may have to give some of them some chances. But as for next episode, we will do the FA Trophy and Boston United. So I'll see you on Wednesday for that one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.